Culture and Intelligence by Jessica Majorana. Intelligence cannot be fully or even meaningfully understood outside its cultural context. Think about it. Different cultural groups may view intelligence differently. Therefore, they can't compare their views of intelligence the same way. This presentation will consider the relevance of culture to intelligence and address the following questions. What is culture and what is intelligence? What is the relationship of culture to intelligence? Why study culture and intelligence? What should we know about cultural studies? And what conclusions can be drawn about culture and intelligence? What is culture? The set of attitudes, values, beliefs, and behaviors shared by a group of people communicated from one generation to the next via language or some other means of communication. There are many different ways to define culture. Here are 6 different uses. 1. Descriptively to characterize a culture. 2. Historically describe the traditions of a group. 3. Normatively express rules and norms of the group. 4. Psychologically to emphasize how a group learns and solves problems. 5. Structurally to emphasize the organizational elements of culture. 6. Genetically to describe culture origins. What is intelligence? Successful intelligence. Skills and knowledge needed for success in life according to one's own definition of success within one's socio-cultural context. There are different types of intelligence: analytical, creative, and practical. Analytical intelligence is when components are applied to fairly abstract but familiar kinds of problems. Creative intelligence is when components are applied to relatively novel tasks and situations. Practical intelligence is when components are applied to experience for purposes of adaptation, shaping, and selection. What is the relationship of culture to intelligence? What are the models? There are 4 different models that I will define below. On the next slide, you will find a helpful visual. Model 1. The nature of intelligence and the tests to measure intelligence are the same across cultures. General intelligence is the same across time and place, but levels vary. Model 2. A difference in the nature of intelligence, but no difference in the instruments used to measure it. Model 3. Dimensions of intelligence are the same, but the instruments of measurement are not. The instruments and the ensuing dimensions of intelligence are different as the function of the culture under investigation. Why study culture and intelligence? Culture and intelligence should be studied because they are so inextricably interlinked. Humans have evolved from cultural adaptations, which developed from their ability to understand others and intentional agents. What should we know about cultural studies? With cultural studies, investigators seek to understand the degree to which intelligence is conceptualized in one culture is more or less useful in another. Intelligence may be viewed differently by different cultures. These differences are important because cultures evaluate their members, along with other members of other cultures, with their own conceptions of intelligence. Different cultures may have different conceptions of intelligence. What conclusions can be drawn about culture and intelligence? If cultural context is considered, individuals are better recognized for and are better able to make use of their talents. Schools teach and assess children better, and society utilizes rather than wastes the talents of its members. If we want to best understand, assess, and develop intelligence, we need to take into account the cultural context in which it operates. We cannot now create culture-free or culture-fair tests given our present state of knowledge, but we can create culture-relevant tests, and that should be our goal. Thank you for listening.